Hi everyone, my name is Pavitra V. Today we are going to discuss a topic called glass. In that, first we will discuss the definition. It is a transparent or translucent amorphous supercooled solid solution of a complex mixture of non-crystalline silicates. Here we are using the word amorphous because it does not have a sharp melting point, and in the manufacture of glass we are using some raw materials and we are heating that up to 1800 degrees Celsius to get a molten state. We are cooling it through a several process to get a glass. Hence we are using super cooled solid solution. Come to the composition of glasses. Composition is M2O, M-O, 6SiO2, where M is sodium or potassium, M- is calcium, barium, zinc or lead. This composition type is called silicate glasses. If silicon dioxide is replaced by Al2O3, B2O3 or P2O5, then they are called non-silicate glasses. Glasses are of two types, silicate glasses and non-silicate glasses. Come to the properties of glasses. It is amorphous, as we have told. It does not have a sharp melting point. Glass is brittle in nature, transparent or translucent, and glass are good electrical insulators. It is unaffected by air, water, acid or chemical reagent except HF, hydrogen fluoride or hydrofluoric acid. When hydrofluoric acid is come to contact with glass or silicon dioxide, it forms silicon tetrafluoride along with water. As it does not have a crystal structure, there is no formation of cavities inside the glass. Hence, by applying a small amount of pressure, we can compress it easily. Hence, glasses has high compressing strength. It can absorb, transmit or reflect light. Reflect light in the case of mirrors, which have one surface is transparent and another surface is opaque for light. Then we come to the raw materials used in manufacturing of glass. See the image, typical glass container composition, in which it contains 72% of silicon dioxide, 2% of Al2O3, 12% of CaO and 13% of Na2O and 1% minus. Here the raw materials may be sodium as Na2CO3, which is being used in soft glasses, potassium as K2CO3 used in hard glasses, calcium as limestone, chalk and lime, lead as litharge, red lead used in flint glasses, silica as quartz, white sand and ignited flint, zinc as zinc oxide used in heat and shock proof glasses, borates and borax, boric acid, it is also of same application, heat and shock proof glasses. Next is important, culettes or pieces of broken glass to increase fusibility. It increases the binding capacity of the glass. Then we move to the manufacturing steps. Manufacturing of glass includes 4 steps: melting, forming and shaping, annealing and finishing. First come to the melting, in which we are taking the raw materials and mixed with the culettes, that is pieces of glasses. That mixture is called batch, and then it is fused with a high temperature of 1800 degrees Celsius, that is 1/3 of sun surface temperature. Now in the furnace we are noting two reactions. CaCO3 plus SiO2 gives CaSiO3 plus carbon dioxide is released. Next, Na2CO3 plus SiO2 gives Na2SiO3 along with the carbon dioxide release. After removal of carbon dioxide, delocalizes like MnO2, manganese dioxide are added to remove traces of ferrous compounds and carbon. Heating is continued till clear mold free from bubbles. Bubbles are nothing but carbon dioxide and obtained. It is then cooled to 800 degrees Celsius. In the melting process itself, we are cooling 1800 degrees Celsius to 800 degrees Celsius. Then come to the Next steps: forming, shaping and annealing. Forming and shaping is nothing but that viscous mass is continued to pour in a molds to get a different types of desired shapes, or it is blown or pressing between two rollers to get a flat surface. If we are blowing, we will get a hollow space inside that article, glass article. Next step is annealing. This is very important step in which glass articles are then allowed to cool gradually at room temperature by passing through different chambers with descending temperatures. This reduces the internal strain in the glass, which decides the U factor in the glass. Based on the U factor, we will decide the quality of the glass. Then come to the last step, finishing step, which includes cleaning, grinding, polishing, cutting and sandblasting. Here we will decide the final shape of the article and the surface, whether it is nice or roughed surface, and then polishing gives the shiny surface to the article. These are some of the images based on glass manufacturing, in which we are blowing the article to get a hollow space inside the article, or we are passing through the rollers to get a flat surface or a flat glass structure. These are some of the images. And then we move to the types of glasses. In that, first one is soda lime or soft glasses. About 90% of all glass is of soda lime. Glass made with silica, that is sand, calcium carbonate and soda ash. The composition is Na2CO3, CaO, 6SiO2. They are of low cost, resistant to water but not to acids. They cannot melt easily, hence can be hot worked. Uses are: it can be used in window glasses, electric bulb, plate glass, bottles, jars, cheaper tablewares, test tubes, reagent bottles, etc. Next come to the lead glass or flint glass. The approximate composition is K2CO3 PbO SiO2. Here the optical glasses, about 80% lead oxide is used. Lead glasses has a lower softening temperature than soda glass and high refractive index and good electrical properties. It is bright, lustrous and possess high specific gravity. The main uses are high quality tableware, optical lenses, neon sign tubing. The main important feature of this lead glass are: it is used as a protected shield against X-rays and gamma rays in medical and atomic energy fields. Then next type is safety glasses. It is made by finishing 2 or 3 flat sheets of glasses and in between them alternate thin layer of vinyl plastic is introduced. In the figure we are using PVB, polyvinyl butyrol, instead of vinyl plastics, or vinyl plastic is nothing but polyvinyl butyrol is an example. It is heated where both the layers merge together and glass is toughed. The main use is: it is used as windshield in automobiles and aeroplanes. If accidents takes place, the glass breaks not like a sharp edges, it forms a crystals so that we can avoid the hazards. Hence we are naming it as a safety glasses. Next come to the borosilicate or Pyrex or Gina glasses. Here it is a common hard glass containing silica and boron with small amount of alumina and less alkaline solids. It contains 80.5% of silicon dioxide, 13% of B2O3, 3% of Al2O3, 3% of K2O and 0.5% of Na2O. These glasses have low thermal coefficient of expansion and high chemical resistance. The main use of this borosilicate glass are: they can be used as a kitchenware or laboratory apparatus. So we are using major of our apparatus are borosilicate in our laboratory, chemical laboratory. Next we will move to the colored glasses. In addition of transition metal compounds to glass give color to the glass. They are outlined below. Along with the raw materials, if we use ferric salts, then it gives yellow color. If we use ferrous and chromium salts, it gives green color. To get purple color, we have to use manganese dioxide salts. Nickel and cuprous salts gives red color. Cadmium sulfide gives lemon yellow. Uranium oxide gives fluorescent greenish yellow. Cobalt salts give blue color. Copper sulfate gives greenish blue color. Iron gives brown color. Cryolite or calcium phosphate gives opaque milky white. Auric chloride gives ruby color. These are the colored glasses. Based on the customer demand, we will decide which color we have to prepare or manufacture. Next type is photosensitive glasses. These are glasses by which a colored picture may be developed by exposing the glass to black and white negative in ultraviolet light. The appropriate proportion of potash alumina glass mixed with LiSO3, cerium and silver salts have also been used as photosensitive glass. The main feature or main application of this photosensitive glass is photographic development. And then next type is industrial forms of glasses. In that bullet resistance glasses or armor glasses. This is especially useful in vehicles and other automobiles used for security reasons. It is in fact a variety of laminated glass which is made by pressing together several layers of glass and vinyl resins in alternate manner. Thickness of such glasses varies from 12 mm to 75 mm. The actual action is, in the first image we can see the normal glasses and the bulletproof glasses. Blue color indicates the glass layers and the red layer indicates the resin. Here we have several glass layers are merged with resins. When a bullet passes through a normal glass, it breaks the glass and moves forward. But in the case of bullet-resistant glasses, the resins avoid or decreases the velocity of the bullet, which try to immerse with it. Next one is fluorescent glasses or fluorosilicate glasses. It is a glass material composed primarily of fluorine, silicon and oxygen. It has a number of uses in industry and manufacturing, especially in semiconductor fabrication where it forms an insulating dielectric. The related fluorosilicate glass ceramics have good mechanical and chemical properties. These are the types of glasses.